We are live here with the Black Motivation broadcast here with Script Supervisor Extraordinaire Don Gilliam, and we're going to get into it about the industry. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
For sure, for sure. And so let's get into our first couple questions. Let's dive straight into it. So tell our audience what a script supervisor does. You know, as a script supervisor, you're the boss on set. So like, get into that question first. What does a script supervisor do?
Okay, Ashley. Well, what a script supervisor does is that we write down what the camera shoots so the editor knows what's on the film. Our notes go to the editor. We sit with the director and we help them keep their vision. And we also help them make sure that they have everything is shot in a scene. We're responsible for matching and continuity and keeping the screen direction, which is kind of our theory in filmmaking, why you can shoot out of order and everyone is going in the correct direction. And so that's it in a nutshell.
So awesome. And so how difficult is it to work the superpower that you have got to have, okay, that allows you to manage everything that's going on when you're doing that?
Well, you have to have a good system, you know. I mean, you really should know what it is, a technical position. And so you really should know what you're doing, taking some kind of schooling beforehand. There is a lot of ways that script supervisors have become script supervisors by like reading a book or did it in the film school, and then they just kind of like are winging it. But then you always have to take this formal training because the job has expanded, the craft has expanded.
Yes.
Filmmaking has, has developed and expanded itself. So it is a technical position. You have to know the camera, you have to know editing, you have to know about even screen, besides screen direction, but screenwriting, because we deal with script all the time.
Yes. So excited. So yeah, you got to know your stuff. You know what I mean? Can't be half baked. Can't be out here not knowing what you're doing, or else it's gonna show real quick, right?
Exactly.
And you don't get to where you are, not knowing your stuff. So kudos to you for sure for being in the industry as long as you have been. Just rocking out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good job, you're right there in the trenches. I say I'm in the trenches with the big boys. You're in there making the actual film that people get to see. And it is satisfying to be able to be in those conversations with the creators, the director, the DP, and making decisions on which way a scene is going. So yeah. It's very satisfying.
That is awesome. Awesome. Can you tell me about a time, when you guys maybe had different visions for what was going to happen during a scene and how you guys worked that out?
Well, I mean, the director is the captain of the ship. So it's whatever the director wants, and my job is to point stuff out, and a lot of times they bristle when they see you coming because they know when you're coming, you got something to say. And it's all up to the director to make the final call. All I can do is voice my professional opinion. And if it's something that is technically wrong, then I just write it in the notes. I don't write in the notes. I told the director and he didn't do it that way. No. I keep it professional and I just say, this is what's happening, because the notes live on into post-production when they're putting the film together, and I've moved on to another project, but my notes are there. And so when they put things together and it's not working and they didn't do what I said in the first place, I can cover myself because it's in the notes. They can't go, well, she didn't tell, that Don Gilliam didn't tell me. No. I write it in the notes.
Sounds like a plan. So you cover yourself, your side, so people know what actually went down.
Exactly.
After, like you said, after you've moved on,
Yeah, we don't really have a role in post-production. So, yeah, next.
Exactly.
On to the next one.
So how did you start out in the film industry?
I started out as a dancer. I am an original Los Angeles Ram cheerleader that they had in
Woo!
1978. And I was one of the youngest. I was 18, so you could do the math. And that is what, got me into the industry. My first show was dancing on Johnny Carson's show.
So exciting. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so, what drew you to the role of working in the film industry coming from a dance background?
Well, dancing was always my natural gift, and then having to be able to do it in an organized way, it was learning something new. And because at the time in '78 we were the it girls, that's when I started to see that I can be in front of the camera, and that I found out that I can act actually, and it was just, the opportunity there. Sometimes, people do say that they feel like they're being led. And that's what I felt like, that I was being led. I was going to college at the time studying business administration, but I just, was just going along with it. Oh, this door opened up. Oh, okay, I'll go over here. Oh, and it's like the industry took over. And so I just kind of like went with it.
Yes. So exciting. So, what advice would you give yourself if you go back to the beginning of your career and tell yourself anything? What would you say?
Well, there's a lot I would say, but I would probably have stayed in college. I did get an AA. I would have stayed in college and got my BA. That would have been good because I could use it now in certain situations. And also I would, because I was very like naive and I was protected. I was 18, and I'm just following behind, grown women, and just going, behind them. But I think that I would have probably taken more classes in acting and stuff. Just more higher level education. I think that's my thing.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we can. Learning is a lifelong journey. So for sure, you know what I mean. Definitely, I feel like I'm in school now. So
okay,
I feel you on that. Yes, I am, which is exciting.
What do you
business with an emphasis in digital and social media marketing?
Yeah.
That
is. We can talk about that a little bit later, but yes, being in business nowadays, you do need to understand it. It's part of the business model.
Yes, for sure. So that's what I'm going to school for right now.
Nice. Good.
In class today. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So when working on set with actors, camera people, directors, what is your favorite part of the whole process?
Well, it's really something watching people do their thing. That's what I could say. Watching a camera move that's smooth, that just integrates with the scene, and the actors are acting who can really act, because there's a lot of people who aren't actors, they're acting themselves. But to watch people do their craft and see things come together, I think it's just that whole, pie. Excuse me, that, I really have been very fortunate that I have seen creativity. I'm amongst creativity, and I see it coming out of people and stuff like that. And I think that that's really something, is being in the midst of that.
So awesome. And so what advice would you have to give to new actors, right? So people who want to work with you in the future, who want to be on set. What advice would you have to give them who are looking to break into the film industry?
Well, I would have to say first, always study, always, even though through COVID, I'm sure that there are study groups on Zoom or whatever, always study your craft and really kind of like know who all the players are on set. I realized early on that a lot of people don't know what the script supervisor is or does. And so when I've come up to you and I done a rehearsal, and you auditioned with that piece, and we've done a revision, and you might not have looked at it closely to know that, maybe they dropped a line or added a word, and I come up to you and I say something and you bristle, it's like you don't know who I am. And so for actors, script supervisors could be your best friend because we watching you. And so we're the ones who's going to say, your hair, your hair was in your eyes, or, you had started out with your hair back like this and we needed to start back like that also, instead of, if stuff that doesn't match, then your stuff ends up on the cutting room floor or they cut to somebody else.
Right.
So a script supervisor can be your best friend. So you should, one, get to know her or them or him. Also, we'll go over dialogue with you because it really is about not, it really is about saying the words as they're written.
Right.
And if you're having problems with that, a script supervisor can help you in between time, so that when it's time to shoot. But knowing the players, knowing who everybody is on set from the wardrobe down, it makes it a little bit easier because we are a fast moving train, especially if you're coming in on a television series. And this is, second season, third episode, we're a fast moving train. And if you're a day player, you're just kind of like, you're like looking around and you're just jumping in, you got to be jump in and, be up to speed because we're not going to slow down for you.
Right. Okay.
So it's really good to know what everybody does.
Yes. Because like I say, they could be your best friend, or just let you go.
You want the script supervisor on your side and watching you.
Right. For sure. And so what advice do you have to give to new directors on working with script supervisors? Someone who might not have had the whole budget, to have all the different pieces in place, and now they do. So what would you give them?
Well, I say to the young director is that you should always want to have a script supervisor by your side. And that even if you're doing a freebie, a low pay, no pay, try to get a trainee script supervisor because we're thoroughly trained. And so you don't want to have to be thinking about the continuity of stuff. Certain things you just will notice or know,
Right.
But that person there, that other visual, filmmaking person, because we are filmmakers, they can just have your back, and just, you might say, oh yeah, I want to get this shot. Oh, I need to get a close up, or I need to get a this, and then you're off on something else. The script supervisor is going to have your back before you move on. He said, okay, are we ready to move on? And you go, oh, remember you want to do that close up? Oh yeah. Or that the words don't match, that you're not going to be able to use, it's going to be one or the other. You're not going to be able to cut smoothly. Like they didn't say the right thing.
Yeah.
This is what we're concentrating on. The supervisor concentrates on versus what the director concentrates on is two different things, but we're there to support. So I would say new directors should always want to find the best script supervisor, interview a few of them because we're going to be sitting next to each other for, days, weeks, months, that type of a thing. And to look on their resume and see if they have repeat business. If you're getting a more veteran or a seasoned script supervisor, see if they got repeat business. If they don't have repeat business, then it might be a problem.
Right. Very, very true. And so let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about your business, Date My Makeup. Let's talk about Date My Makeup.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the business when it got started.
Yes. Sit there and just make my post all day long. It's like, no, I got to run a business. Date My Makeup is an expiration tracker that I am trying to develop for and a tracker that tells you when your makeup and your skincare products expires. I'm in the personal and product hygiene business to make you safe and sexy. There is, makeup does expire. We do self-contaminate our products. And we just have, certain habits that we need to like be aware of. And so I am trying to build my community. And so that I can go to investors and, try to get this money and make this app. I'm not trying to make a cheapo app. I'm trying to make an app that can, definitely service the people and really help in a fun and way to like, hey, clean your brushes today, throw out that toothbrush that's like you've had for over 3 months.
Right. So excited.
My business, so looking for followers, looking for people to be part of the community, and not just to follow, but I'm really giving good information that is shareable and is of value that you can share with all, your friends and family and stuff.
For sure. And so let's give us like a sneak preview. What are some makeup tips or some secrets you can share related to Date My Makeup?
Well, the first thing that I tell everybody is that let's say that you're getting ready to wash your face at night, and this goes along with men too, and you don't have to be wearing makeup, but you should be washing your face before you go to bed because you have the day's dirt on you. Before you even get started, you need to wash your hands and you need to clean underneath your nails.
Yes. Why, Dawn, do we need to clean underneath our nails?
Underneath our nails, we have all kinds of the day's dirt.
Yeah.
And so even before you even start to wash with the soap, you want all this clean before you even get your cleanser. And then when you have your cleanser, because some cleansers, pump, some are you dip in, some you squeeze like this, and you're handling the products with dirty hands. You haven't even, so you want the outside of your products should be clean.
Yes.
Because bacteria is in the air. Depending on how close your toilet is to your products, and if you have the habit of closing the lid or not, when you flush, bacteria is in the air.
Right.
So you want to get into the habit of wiping stuff down and handling your products with clean hands. And before you touch your face or dip that finger into something, you want underneath your nails clean. And it's shocking when you do it because you think, oh yeah, my hands are clean. Oh, my hands are clean. And then you take that nail file and you start cleaning and you go,
well,
Dawn was right. There's stuff underneath there, especially at the end of the
day. For sure. So, unfortunately, we have reached the end of this week's episode. But before we go, we have 2 more questions.
Okay, very good.
So the first question is, what words of motivation would you like to leave our audience with on this week's episode of the Black Motivation Broadcast?
I would say strive to be your best. And best is not with ego, but best to serve other people in whatever you're doing. Be the best for the project. Be the best for whatever you're doing so that you can be a blessing to people.
So awesome. And my next question, fun. Where can we find you and Date My Makeup on social media and the web? How can we become a part of this community and help you and help follow you?
Okay, well, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, it's Date My Makeup. It's very easy to find. If you're into the filmmaking side of it, just Dawn Gilliam. I have an IG account over there. I also have on both sides, we have YouTube. The Art of Continuity or Dawn Gilliam is for the film side, and Date My Makeup for YouTube. And I'm even on Snapchat. Don't know how to use it. But Date My Makeup, maybe you guys can help me to use it. But if you go to the Instagram, in the bio, it's datemymakeup.com. If you go to my website, we do have little hoodies and everything. I have a cool I have a cool logo. Her name is Dewey, and she has 15 sisters, and they're all named Dewey. She had the different shades, different hair colors, and stuff like that. But if you sign up for our newsletter and subscribe, give us your email address, we will give you a makeup expiration chart that I call it precursor to our app. So that you can see, something that you can download and put on your phone and stuff, just to keep you aware of just about basic 8 products, kind of the basic mascara, foundation, that type of thing when they expire. And also in the store, we have a sticker that you can get that has those on it that you can write in some stuff. So we're trying to get little things out there for you, and that's at datemymakeup.com.
Well, y'all heard it here. Y'all need to go to datemymakeup.com. Y'all need to get the hoodie. Y'all need to get the sticker. Y'all need to get everything.
So cute. Oh, she's so cute. Her name is Dewey. She reminds me of Hello Kitty. She just looks cute on everything. Hello Kitty was cute on everything with that big head.
Yes.
Same thing. But yes, please, support that small business, and I'll support you. If you have any questions about filmmaking or even small business of what I know, I have no problem sharing. So just DM me, as they say, as the young folks say.
Yes, for sure. So this has been an amazing episode of the Black Motivation.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
For sure. We learned a lot. We learned about the film industry behind the scenes. You took us back, you know what I mean, and taught us something we definitely did not know. So I really appreciate
it. Yes, thank you.
For sure. And y'all, we are out. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.